It was winter in Kiev when the sirens began to wail. To most, they were warnings of destruction. To Sophia, they were the soundtrack of her life, constant reminders that the world she knew was slipping away. Before the war, Sophia had been a teacher. Her days were filled with chalk-stained hands, the laughter of children, and dreams of writing poetry in the evenings. She loved simple things: the smell of fresh bread, the sound of violins in the park, the way the light caught the golden domes at sunset. All of that changed when the bombs fell. Her fiancé, Andriy, joined the defense forces, leaving their small apartment with a promise. "I'll come back, Sophia. This city is our home. I will fight for it, for us." He kissed her, pressed a folded letter into her hand, and disappeared into the smoke of war. Days turned into weeks. Sophia volunteered in shelters, teaching children to read by candlelight, distracting them from the shaking ground above. At night, she sat by the window, clutching Andrei's letter but never opening it. She told herself it was not a goodbye. It was hope sealed in an envelope. One evening, as snow fell quietly over the ruins, a soldier knocked on her door. He carried Andrei's scarf, torn and stained. Her heart stopped. "He saved us," the soldier whispered. "He stayed behind so others could escape. He wanted me to tell you." The rest of the sentence was lost in the soldier's choked-up voice. Sophia felt a sob rise in her throat, but she forced it down, afraid to break in front of the stranger. Taking a deep breath, she managed to nod, signaling for him to continue. "He said your name," the soldier finally choked out, extending the scarf towards her. Sophia stared at it, the rough wool bringing back a flood of memories. It smelled faintly of smoke and pine, the scent of the forests they once walked together. It was more than just a scarf. It was a piece of Andriy, his warmth and presence lingering in the fabric. The soldier shifted awkwardly, clearly uncomfortable with the charged atmosphere. Sophia, realizing she had been frozen in place for a long moment, forced a watery smile. "Thank you," she whispered, taking the scarf. That night she finally opened the letter, the familiar script leaping out at her, each word a tiny shard of his love. "My dearest Sophia, if fate keeps me from returning, promise me this. Do not let hatred consume you. War will try to steal everything, our home, our laughter, our tomorrows. But don't let it steal your kindness. Keep teaching, keep loving, keep believing in peace. If I cannot be there, then let me live through the light you carry." Her tears stained the paper, but her heart felt strangely steady. The words were a lifeline thrown across the abyss of despair, anchoring her to hope. She understood now. Andrei's fight was not only for the land beneath their feet, but for the soul of those who remained. Years later, the city slowly began to rebuild. Golden domes gleamed where once there were only ruins. Laughter of children echoed in the rebuilt schoolyard. Sophia stood by a window watching them, her hair streaked with silver, her eyes filled with a quiet strength. The scars of war were etched into her heart, but they had not broken her spirit. She had kept her promise to Andrei. She had kept teaching, kept loving, kept believing in peace. And somehow, in the resilience of her spirit, Andrei still saw her. He saw her in the sunflowers that turned their faces to the sun, in the birds that sang on the windowsill, in the unwavering gaze of children looking up at her with innocent wonder. Then one day, while sorting through old belongings, she found the scarf, faded but whole. A soft smile touched her lips. As she wrapped it around her shoulders, it was as if Andrei himself had come back to wrap her in a hug. Outside, the sirens wailed, but Sophia no longer trembled. She stood tall, the scarf a testament to the love that endured, the hope that sustained, and the unwavering spirit of a woman who kept her promise.